SUGO 500 to start off the season. Well, we are supposed to start in Sepang. But due to unforeseen issues, we have to move the venue from Sepang to SUGO. Now out of the way, let's take a look into the track map here. Again, that's not the track map that we're going to use. So apologies here, we have the wrong map. We can actually change that one. We're not actually racing in Sepang. We're actually going to race in Sportsland SUGO, as we like to call it. So here's the track map for Sportsland SUGO. Track map 3.7 kilometers with 12 corners in total. Later. 68 laps of racing is due here in this track near Aoyama. Sendai. Anyways, we're looking at target lap number 129.529 or the 259, but unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing that because we're actually seeing faster lap time than expected. I think it's 125. Just because the nature of SUGO is being faster than Okayama. The most wins for any driver in any OC in a point-paying race will be sequentially in the driver's side and Okayama on the OC side as they've won the SUGO Super Race last November. There's a qualifiers round, so it's a first of 4 rounds in the qualifiers. You gotta need to make sure that you finish off the 4 rounds of the qualifiers inside the top 20 if you want to be in the SUGO series for the second half of the season. So anyways, we're going to be taking a look at the spotters first. Just check the driver's side. I wonder if you guys can see this one. It's pretty small. But anyways, we have the likes of Callan Gibbons being the defending champion of the 2028 the Hololive GT3 series. He wins 2023. And of course, he's going to be looking to try to be the first driver to successfully defend his title. Changes to these cars, nothing is certain. And also taking a look into new drivers, we have Aki Tanaka in the 20 Flair Nissan, as well as the likes of my friend UCM and having a remote swapping line. You can see the Botan and cars on the bottom right. And looking into more of the new driver lineup here, Tyler Williams is now the first driver for ManekingTS, which is overall. And Jay Goodwin replaces the Quincy in the 3-round new car. Everyone else remains unchanged, except for Ali Toyo, which is the new Aqua driver from the international side. Looking into the championship order, you can see here the line standing. How do we say this? Get into the thick of things when it comes to defending their championship. We have Callan Gibbons, of course, leading everyone, although everyone's in a time. As you can see here, 20 drivers will be able to qualify for the SUGO Cup, which is on this data in blue. And then we got the remaining 15 who will be dropping down to the SUGO Cup, which is like the SUGO Cup, but much less glamorous. So if you want to be able to successfully defend your title, you gotta need to win the SUGO series. Always that's what Callan Gibbons and everyone else needs to think of. So yeah, that should basically explain a few things when it comes to this new championship format here. So hopefully everyone is caught up with the idea and basically accustomed to the idea. So anyways, we're gonna need to get this qualifying session underway. I'm Mama Shana Reza in the commentary booth, and it looks like I am the only one still so far. So as of right now, we're gonna need to just press on with this qualifying session here. Apologies if we had to move this venue from Sepang to SUGO. There were some unforeseen issues that just came to light. So anyways, we got this qualifying session finally underway for this 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Series. Final race of 2023. Obviously, we're going to have a look into 2024 soon enough. Ignore the smoking safety car, that's just normal. Okay, excuse me. There might be some errors here as... Okay. So there might be some errors here in the driver names, so we're gonna need to take a slight pause while we diagnose the issue. So, I hope that anyone who is able to join the booth is able to join the booth, and yeah. But still, looking into the current situation here, let me just check the lineup here, and I just wanted to get everything sorted out. So, if you want to hear my personal opinions on the new season, which is about to come up, I feel like there's going to be some good shakeups in the field, especially given that some of these cars are not going to be prioritized, as a lot of these members are actually going to go exclusively on bright uniforms as of recently. And although there are some members who are still stuck with the originals, who are still committed to the originals, we are looking at some Hololive members who are successfully doing so. And just wanted to check back the names. It's been fixed. So yeah, we can finally get this qualifying session underway. So we're gonna expect some drivers to have a lame duck season, and we will have other drivers who will have a pretty solid season. Let's take a look into this restarted qualifying session here. We have Daniel Barger out on the track for the first time. Nice to see Barger out on track here in this number 41 Hoshimachi Suisei Nissan. Obviously, it's quite chilly here in Sportsland SUGO. Temperature not exceeding 15 degrees Celsius here in the afternoon here in this racing circuit. Let's look into the other drivers out on track. We got Fabio Mendes in this number 54 Hakuyu Koyori Honda. Fabio Mendes, of course, having his priorities set in Formula Hololive, that's where Koyori is headed to. Same goes for Ed Sky right now, but he might have a bit faster pace. And then we also have Raijin Kaczynski. We actually want to expect Raijin to perform very, very well in Hololive GT3. I mean, you look at Yusuke Choko's commitment towards the original uniforms, and she's been very committed as of late. So what's not to say that Raijin is able to do the same here in Hololive GT3. And speaking of which, we're gonna probably go on board Raijin, this number 74, just about now. Start off this qualifying session here in Sportsland SUGO. Of course, you need a very good exit off the final corner. You get a very good launch on that main straight as you're about to start this lap here in SUGO. And then you're coming into turn 1. You can brake at a 100-meter board, a bit below before the billboard here. You can see here Shazan has to clear Raijin, but not before Shazan Reza actually wants to fight back against Raijin here. And of course, his lap time's already messed up there due to that's Aaron Mazzi there blocking both drivers here. So he's gonna get through into this S-shaped curve here to end the first sector. 22.347 for Raijin in that first sector. And then coming into High Point and into Rainbow Corner here. Good exit from Rainbow is crucial if you want to have a good launch on that back straight here. That has a lot of lap time on offer. Raijin just barreling it down, trying to get close to Shazrin. Just breaking it around the concrete area at around 100-meter board. Raijin trying to clear Shazrin, but he's not close enough. Coming into the two SP corners, the SP in. And then coming into SP out. After SP out, that is where the timing beam is. He's currently 8/10 behind due to lap traffic. Well, just traffic in general. And coming to the final corner here. Just really need to hook your car into that final corner. Grip the car. Go for that lead apex. For that earliest acceleration point. And that should be a lap here in Sportsland SUGO. A 1:23.070 for Raijin Kaczynski. Of course, 6 seconds faster than our expected target lap times. Great job for the drivers, but looking into Kaminari Reba in his first race for Shishiro Botan. Well, his first qualifying session for Shishiro Botan. He's currently put his number 43 car up on provisional pole right now. And Takeda Adachi beats Reba down to the line. He now sets a 1:21.368. So we're seeing evolutions in lap times as we speak. We have a Nissan on provisional pole. Of course, there has been some changes here into these cars, especially when the Lexus cars have seen too much dominance as of late. So they are basically being nerfed for the sake of competition purposes. So anyway, we're looking into more drivers in the lap. Here we have the 2022 champion, Hofu B, setting a 7 fast lap time here. Doing pretty well there. And Shaka Reza doing well as well, but not before Daniel Barger improved of a 1:21.670. So Barger absolutely trying to pile on the pressure of everyone else in this field. And now we have Jay Goodwin and Vlasa Demashta, Lorenzo Ricci. The latter just keep involving Grim Olgor. This is Ozar's bar number 48 on provisional pole. Sean Pauly also the surprise. So we're looking at Subaru and Korone on the front 2 spots. And of course the latter just keep on coming. Cal Gibbons, the defending 2023 champion, is qualified in 6th place. And Michael Turner too, 1:29.15. The lap times just keep on piling up, and the lap times just keep getting faster. And we're seeing a huge amount of evolution here on the racetrack here in SUGO. And as you can see, lots of movement here on the racetrack here. And also we have Ria Liu out on the track with a 19th place spot for him in the grid so far, or just be second behind. Looking into the grid here, it's been very competitive up to this point. Looking into the 23 cars first, the first 23 cars, look at this, they're all under a second. That just shows you how competitive Hololive GT3 is becoming as of late. And of course, we're looking into Takeda Adachi, who's currently currently has the best Nissan out on the field so far. Sean Pauly is actually pretty close there to everyone else. Jake Goodwin improves. He's currently up to 6th place. So looks to try to improve his efforts in qualifying. Obviously, he's lost the 2023 Hololive GT3 Grand Series in such cruel fashion. Callum Gibbons improves to get up to 3rd. Shadar is only good for 14th. Reba is improved to 3rd, and Gibbons has spun out. Looks like he's made contact with someone. I can't tell who he's made contact with. I think he's made contact with Kizora Leo there. But we'll have to wait and see. But Gibbons already set his lap time, so it probably accounts for nothing. Meanwhile, Salman down in 35th place. That's not what the Pioneers want to see. Meanwhile, Ri Liu gets himself up into 15th place. The rest of the field here, we're just going to need to try to circulate around the rest of the field. So let's check. There we have DCM currently in that number 46 Omar Polka Nissan there. He's going to swap places with Reba. He's doing pretty well there. He's up into 18th. Reba, meanwhile, is in 3rd place on the first part of that 2nd row, so he's enjoying his time finally representing Shichirobote. Meanwhile, Raji Zielinski improves to get up into 8th place. Sadareza, of course, still stuck behind the lap cars. He probably needs to pit soon and get a new set of tires there if he wants to have a better shot of qualifying up front. As you can see here, he is actually the 3rd best Honda in this qualifying session, just behind Jake Goodwin and Sean Pauly. Gamers obviously showing up right now. Meanwhile, looking at the other drivers, who's not showing up right now is probably just wanted to circulate around. I think it's actually looking into Richie Rod here, who's actually stuck in 34th. Richie Rod's just trying desperately to get himself a good lap here in SUGO. Obviously, we got traditionally good guys who's been struggling here in this track. Obviously, we're looking at Richie Rod, Mohamed Shadar Reza, who has been consistent contenders, but they just haven't been showing up as of late. Meanwhile, DCM bumps Leo down to 17th. DCM's now up into 16th place. Meanwhile, Richie Rod just hasn't been quick here to looking into the second sector lap times here. He's just not there. While Jeff Rohan comes into the pits to serve a bit of a change of tires and a bit of a splash of fuel to try again on his road to top spots in this qualifying session. As you can see, while Tyler Williams gets up into 23rd place in his first Hall GT3 qualifying session. About to reach 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session here, and right now the big surprise is that Rim Olgor is showing up here in Sportsland SUGO with that number 48 Ozar Sparta car, just continuing to shine bright. Obviously Olgor has been close in numerous instances, but with this speed today, Rim Olgor finally gets the win for Ozar Sparta and continuing the lifelong tradition of winners that represent Ozar Sparta. Obviously we talked about Callum Gibbons before, we talked about Orihara Isaiah and Hans Heinrich Heinz, and oh, looking at Lorenzo Ricci, I think he's made contact with Callum Gibbons. He's gone wide, and as you can see, I think he's got damage sustained at the front. And he's gonna cause a bit of a headache to Ed Sky. He has just got a bit of damage there to Ricci here, as he probably has to pull away against Ed Sky here, just moving away. Chandra is still not pitted. Obviously, he's only like a second behind on that first sector, but it's gonna count something bigger on the second. So Solomon also hasn't been improving as of late. Just looking into him, he's just struggling so much here in this racetrack. Just not what you see in the ASCII Honda if you compare it to the 2023 season. Coming across SP, both the in and out section here. Reza is just going to try to at least get close to right, and he is at least 3/10 behind Rim Olgor's pole time, but he needs a good final corner, a good set of that final corner here to try to mount a challenge. But right now, Reza is going to come into the pits. He thinks it's a bit too much right now, too much time lost. So Shadrin is going to try to get his car serviced to have a shot at qualifying again. Well, Riba hasn't been improving as of late here. You can see here Riba, and then we also get to see Salomon, who's not been able to improve. He's been struggling a lot on the track. Raw has improved, as does Dan Evans, but they're not good enough for much right now. As you can see here, Salman with his car being very twitchy at the moment. He's just not been able to adjust to the conditions here in Sportsline SUGO, which is a shame. Just looking into the current set of circumstances right now, Rim Olgor is going to be set for yet another pole position of his Hololive GT3 career. His last pole position came at Autopolis earlier in November, when he basically qualified on the top spot. But of course, he'd be losing out on that top spot to eventual winner Isakaiji Mikolev, which also showcases you how unpredictable Hololive racing can be, as well as motorsports in general. So we're about to go 2 minutes before the end of this qualifying session. Shadrin Reza is against Dan Evans, and that's not what Shadrin Reza wants to see. Again, he's still being stuck in traffic. He's dropped down to 16th place after drivers are setting a faster lap time than him. And looking into Dan Evans, who's actually in a hot lap right now, so Shadrin Reza is actually kind of obliged to clear him. Of course, we are looking into the defending champion currently down in 5th place, unable to restart his car. And now, looking into the change here, Johan Sinful, 0.09 of a second faster. Now look at Aaron Massey. 127.79. We thought Olgor's gonna be safe in pole position. Sinful with provisional pole time beats Olgor, and then sooner than later, Mazzy actually beats Sinful, both of them, to claim pole position. Aaron Mazzy is now up on top, and he's now currently setting a fast lap time, 3/10 up on that first sector. You watch out, Reza is going to set his own lap times himself. His target is at least a top 10. He's not that far behind on that first sector. So obviously the race is on and who gets to qualify onto the top spots. Aaron Mazzy coming into Rainbow Corner. Oh, sorry, Horseback. Rainbow Corner is the corner before. So anyways, coming into both SB corners, Mazzy has a statement to show, and he currently has an even faster lap time. Now he's actually a tenth of a second faster on the second sector, but might he think of continuing? The answer should be a yes. Aaron Mazzy is going to try to stamp his authority on pole position. He's already had a very good first and second sector, faster than anyone so far. He's now set the provisional pole time, 1:20.772. That's the lap time everyone needs to beat. Sadareza has one last shot to try to get himself up. He's now at least in 12th place. What a topsy-turvy and disqualifying session that we just had, with Mazzy and Sinful stealing the front two spots away from Olgor and Turner. And looking into the rest of the drivers who are set to finish the qualifying session, really in 17th. Kaczynski is set to be in 10th. Altara down in 34th. A lot of drivers just forfeiting their runs here. They just couldn't continue any further. Airi Nakamura sets her car in 12th place. Bombshell Reza down to 13th. That's Richie Rod. He's not improving anytime soon. He's going to be stuck at the lower end of the field. Same goes for Dan Evans. That's Shakib Reza barreling down the main straight here. He's not going to be seeing any improvements either. He's going to go down. No improvements for the drivers either. Hartoyo, no improvements from him. Neither does Goodwin and Fabio Mendes. We're going to see a few cars coming out onto the main straight here. That should be the end of this qualifying session. No improvements from this front. That should be the end of this qualifying session. Final car out on track. No improvements from Fabio. That should be it. And with that out of the way, the qualifying session is settled. Aaron Mazzy is your pole sitter for the 2024 SUGO 500 Hololive GT3 race to kick off the new Hololive GT3 season. So let's take a look into the starting lineup here in Sepang. We have Aaron Mazzy currently sitting on pole position in that number 3 Tsunomaki Watame car, obviously defying expectations. Obviously looking into Watame, who is actually preferred bright uniforms over origin uniforms. Aaron Mazzy does very well to get his car up on pole position. Alongside him, his Johan Sinful is going to try to make it 2 in 2023 with only 300th of a second behind of a lap time. And then we have Rim Olgor behind in 3rd place on that second row, who's looking to win his first Hololive GT3 race for Ozora Subaru, as well as Michael Turner, the incumbent Hololive GT3 race winner, who won the most recent Hololive GT3 race in Okayama in the season finale the season before. Kaminari Reba is in 5th place with one of his better Hololive GT3 performances, alongside the defending champion Cal Gibbons. They represent Shinichiro Walter and Arrow Boko respectively. Best Honda in the field goes to Sean Pauly in 7th place. He represents Inugami Coronet, alongside Lorenzo Ricci in 8th place for Osho Marine. Flash of the Masha lines up 9th alongside Raji Kaczynski in 10th, Aki Roosevelt and Yusuke Ichoko respectively. It's an all Honda 6th row with Jake Goodwin and Airi Nakamura alongside Alcomiya and Akai Hato. Shadon Reza will start his challenge for the Hololive GT3 title in 13th place for Himamori Luna. Again, actually doing very well to qualify 14th for Lapis Darkness, showing continued improvements over the course of his racing career. Mohamed Kashu qualifies 15th for Yozo Ramel alongside Dan Evans, who's done very well in Netakai Loikar. He's in 16th place. And Kai 17 for Kazama Iroha alongside Lee Liu 18 for Takamata Chloe. That Reducian qualifies 19 in his new Omar Fuka number 46. Starts there alongside Kizuhara Liu in 20 for Murasa Nishian. Daniel Barker starts 21st for Hakumachi Suisei alongside Richie Rod 22nd for Shiragan Kobuki. Daniel Goyena starts 23rd in the Usagi Mikora number 11 alongside Fabi Mendes in 24th for Hakoi Koyori. Kyle Williams in his Hololive GT3 debut will start 25th for Amane Kanata alongside Jeff Clark 26th for Nakiri Ayame. The 2022 champion Hofumi starts 27th. Mamashaki Reza 28th. Hofumi with under Inazora and Chaka Reza representing Momosuzu Nene. So I want to talk about how Jake Goodwin is also in his first race as well. He's doing very well, qualifying 11th. Alice Gwen 29th for Yukihana Lamy in 29th alongside Skyji McLeod 30th for Sakura Miko. Aki Tanaka starts 31st for Sharinoi Flare alongside Jeff Rohan. 32nd for Takayami Toa. Ale Fartoyo in his first Hololive GT3 start will start 33rd for Minato Aqua alongside Aldister and Tanarao in 34th. Chris Salaman rounds out the field in that number 12 Azuki Honda. He's been struggling all day long and he's currently at the back of the field. So hopefully we will see some improvements from Salaman. He started at the back before and also in the round one from last season as well with Fuji. So obviously with the grid being settled here, we're gonna need to check on the circumstances here that pertain into this race. Just wanted to check on the situations here. So yeah, we're gonna get this racing finally underway here. Still a solo commentary work here as of late. So it's going to be Aaron Mazzi on the front row alongside what should be Johan Sinful alongside him for the start of the 2024 SUGO 500, and it finally gets underway here. It's a great start here from Aaron Mazzi here, as you can see, trying to defend against Johan Sinful at the back. Everyone just barreling down turn 1 and 2 pretty calmly, and you can see here lots of jostling for position here. Nothing crazy happening at the moment here. Mazzi still controlling this race at the moment. Sinful just behind him in second, Olgor third. We're looking into some battles here between Kaczynski and Ricci. Or rather, yeah, is Kaczynski up in well, it's a bit of a messed up field as Kaczynski has not been credited so far. Well, as we're going to be coming into the back straight here, Mazzi leads Sinful second, Olgor third, Turner fourth, Gibbons fifth. Hang on. Looking at this one, we have Duciamus currently. Riba is in fifth, Gibbons sixth, Kaczynski seventh, Ricci eighth, Tomashev ninth, and Sean Pauly rounding out the top 10. We're going to have a good race on our hands here in Sportsland SUGO. 68 laps of racing up for grabs. As you can see here, there was a trading of blows here between Fabian Mendes and Kizara Leo, I think. Apologies if the standings are a bit messed up here, as some drivers have not been properly recorded here, because it has been finally recorded here. And then we haven't seen Riba getting recorded just yet. And now you can see here, drivers battling down the main straight. Now you can see here Sinful and Olgor going side by side for second place. Olgor just showing to everyone here why he is one of the prime Subatomos in the field. And right now he's currently in the attack. So anyways, looking into Turner versus Reba, they've basically traded blows between each other, but finally in the timing tower as it stands here. And now Reba trying to find a way to get himself back into fourth place here. Now you can see here Lorenzo Ricci trying to peel down the inside of Callum Gibbons here. He might sense an opportunity. He's sniffing for a chance here. Lucci's getting close there to, Raji Kaczynski. They're side by side at horseback, and exiting horseback, it's going to be Ricci's battle that he won. And now looking into Shadariza, who is currently in 13th place still. Fourth best of the Hondas. As you can see here, Nakamura actually beat Shadowed Reza down to the line at the start. Let's take a look into the progress shots from the start. Shadowed Reza has not gained any much positions. Kachi gains a lot. Nakamura gains 1. Goodwin gains 1. Paulie has lost 2 positions from the start here. But still, there's still a lot of racing to go here in SUGO. Just wanted to check the standings a bit. So anyways, Mazzy already pulling out with a 1.3 second lead. He doesn't really care that Watame is just preferring to only use the bright uniforms. Aaron Mazzy still wants to prove a point that he is worthy Watame, whether it's Hololive GT3 or Formula Hololive. He's gonna do it in any series that he can find. And right now, with him already having a 1.2 second lead over Rim Olgor in second place, he's looking to have a very good shot in just trying to build a gap and just build on the opportunity to get a good win for the Watames and Watame. Lap 4 is about to begin, and let's take a look into what's probably the race build monitor. See who's going to pit early, who's going to pit late. Rim Olgor, though, with the fastest lap of this race so far, 1:21.391. So watch out for Olgor's pace. And meanwhile, Riba and Turner going side by side, coming into turn 1. We're seeing lots of battles here already in Sportsland SUGO. Riba is now up into 4th place, while rather he defends 4th place again from Michael Turner. These Lexus cars are still on the show themselves. Sean Paul is just still trying to get close to Laszlo Demashnev. And basically the rest of the Lexus pack. This strategy should be the one thing that should save them. But for now, they should at least try to get as close as possible to the Lexus front 8. You watch out, Reza actually piles on the pressure on Mohamed Cashew there. So Reza actually messes up his exit there at Rainbow Corner. And that's not going to do him any favors if he wants to attack Cashew at horseback. Looking into the current state of affairs here, Gibbons against Michael Turner. He's doing pretty okay here. Gibbons is just going to try to sneak by an opportunity to get past Michael Turner. That's a pretty good exit there from Callum Gibbons. Rim Olgor with another fastest lap, 1:21.289. Gibbons is now alongside Australian. 2 Australians battling side by side for 1 real estate. Gibbons has the inside line. Turner had to concede. Gibbons now inside the top 5. His championship defense going swimmingly for Gibbons. We have Goodwin and Nakamura kind of struggling against each other. They're losing out against Sean Paul. Sean Paul is doing pretty okay to get close to the Moshnev still. And now coming into the main back straight here. Paulie just trying to get close there to the Moshnev, but he's not close enough. Neither does Shavin and Reza as well. Looking into the other Nissans out in the field, especially Takeda Adachi. Actually, Adachi is actually not much where to be seen here, as he's actually missing from the standings here. He's actually in 17th place. Meanwhile, we have Plaza Demashnev going side by side against Raji Kaczynski for position in turn 1 here. Demashnev had that good exit off of that final corner, had to push Kaczynski off wide here. Demashnev is pushing Kaczynski down. Kaczynski is still not in the timing tower here, so Kaczynski is actually in 9th place. Sean Paulie is actually in 10th. Mikolev and Goyena on that Peko Miko battle here, and now it's going to be 2/3 of Pebot side by side. Goyena and Rohan. Goyena has the inside line coming into the hairpin. and manages to defend the position brilliantly, Goyana. And now we have Rim Olgor. Mazzy thought he had a very good gap coming into this race and coming into like 5 laps in. Olgor is now hounding the back of Aaron Mazzy as Aaron Mazzy is going to try to defend his position away. Olgor is going to be hot on the heels. This duck, this solar energy that Olgor is radiating, thanks to Ozora Subaru's Genki energy, is going to try to help propel Olgor into the top spot here in Sportsland SUGO in this SUGO 500 race. Meanwhile, we're looking into Goodwin Nakamura. Meanwhile, we have Reba actually overtaking Johan Sinful. Reba is also on the charge. He's going to try to bring Shishiro Botan her first win of 2023 if he continues this good form. Nakamura trying to find a way past Goodwin. Sadareza trying to get past Cashew. Meanwhile, let's take a look back into the race field monitor. Who's going to pit early? He's going to pit late. Nakamura and Rot will look to pit early. Meanwhile, we're looking into some Lexus cars who are going to pit late. We're looking into Sinful, Callum Gibbons as well. Aaron Mazzy is going to look to pit pretty early as well. Sadareza is going to go for the overcut strategy, which might explain why he's had a different approach to this race. Maybe, hopefully, Sadareza hopes that there will be no red flags to basically thwart his chances. Callum Gibbons out to challenge Johansson, who is also dropping down in terms of pace. Right now, the top 3 have not won a race in the Hololive GT3 up to this point. Mazzy has not won a race yet. Neither does Rim Olgor. Neither does Kaminari Riba. And all of you who's watching right now, the streams on both sites, hopefully you can share your thoughts here. Now you can see here Turner and the Moshev going side by side once again. The Moshev down the inside, defends the inside. The Moshev pushes Michael Turner down to 7. Kaczynski and Richie hot on the heels. It's a Lexus front 9. Meanwhile, we have DuCM and Sky. They basically shuffle against each other for position once again. As you can see, their battles just keep on piling up. Sadareza obviously just not wanting to waste his tires too much, but looking into the back here, there might be a battle left, right, and center. Rod and Williams stuck in 23rd, 24th. Looking into Crystal Salman, who's already up into, I think, 28th. And Tanara down in 29th. Fumi down in 30th. Tanaka 31st. Sorry. So actually, Crystal Salman, I think, is actually still in 29th place here after adjusting for drivers who have yet to be registered in the timing tower. And now you can see here Chuck and Reza and Jeff Clark going for toe-to-toe. Chuck and Reza goes wide. He spins out. And that will be the first retirement of the 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Series season. Not going to do the younger of the Reza siblings any favors here, as Chuck and Reza is going to try to get himself back into contention here. Shaka Reza still is trying to get himself into it. He's now back onto the racetrack here. That's not going to do Shaka Reza any favors. He was side by side with Jeff Clark, and that paid horribly for Shaka Reza, as he's now down in last place right now. We have Rod Clark and Williams actually going side by side as well. Jeff Clark going for the double overtake. He had overtaken Tyler Williams. He's now going to try to overtake Richie Rod. And also we have Goyena and Rohan going toe-to-toe between each other. We're side by side, these two Nissans, Kanta and Fubuki. Coming into this section here, coming into Rainbow Corner. Tyler Williams still has the outside line. Rod has the inside. Goyena, Rohan also in the mix as well. Mikolev also in the mix as well. Looking into the beehive of race cars here, battling for position here. Now we have Aki Tanaka going at it against Salman, and now we can see Antanara against Fumi. Salman trying to hang around, but he's been overtaken by Tanaka. That straight line speed on that Nissan proving to be too good for anyone to handle. RMS currently on lap 10, 9 laps complete. Gibbons and Sinful trade blows between each other again. Gibbons is having a very good race up to this point. The defending champion up in 4th place. A feisty battle brewing here in Sportsland SUGO, and now we can see another one coming up. There's Lorenzo Ricci against Raiji Kaczynski for what should be 8th place. Though my Raiji Kaczynski, he's still not properly recorded in the timing tower just yet. While we're looking into the other battles here at the moment here, we've seen Ricci managing to overtake Kaczynski up for 8th place. Well, the Riba has been improving with his fastest lap of the race so far, 1:21.187 for the Italian driver here. He's going to try to catch both Mazzi and Olgor unaware here. But of course, pit lane activity is still a bit unknown here, as these drivers are going to set to pit in the middle stages of this race. It's going to be a massive question to see which of the actually which of these streams that will be in the centerpiece. But, hang on. And right now, looking into the current situations here, Jake Goodwin is looking at Sean Pauli, looking at Ricci and Kaczynski battling side by side once again here. Kaczynski is inside of Ricci at horseback. There's a good amount of battles here, but okay, we're looking into the Twitch issue right now. There has been a bit of a problem at Twitch right now. So we're gonna try again on the Twitch side, I think. Hopefully we're able to come back on screen. For all of you who's currently on Twitch, who's currently had a black screen right now, we're gonna try again on opening and closing the stream. Just wanted to see what happened there. If you're still having a black screen right now, you can head on to the YouTube broadcast. The beta broadcast still has no problem so far. While we have Goyena, Mikolev shuffling Tanarau down. Crystal Salman down in 32nd right now. We have Goodwin and Pauli trading blows between each other. Now Sean Pauli is going to be set to lose even more positions here. Nakamura's now coming into the inside. And now you can see here Nakamura has made the pass stick against Sean Pauli. Sean Pauli dropped down to 12th place. Calvin Gibbons with the new fastest lap of the race so far, 1:21.139. Doing very well there, the defending champion, Hololive GT3. And looking into Riba, who's currently in 3rd place, he's going to try to stamp his authority in 2nd place. Rim Olgo, who's actually lost out to Aaron Mazzi here. The gap's actually opened up to 2.5 seconds. Coming into the rear of that number 48 Lexus there, Kaminai Reba is going to try to at least get close to Olgor. Pit stop cycles have yet to start. Obviously, everyone here is just racing for whatever positions they could find. Shadareza is not going to pressure himself into getting a lot of positions here, although DuCM is actually at the back of him. And meanwhile, we're looking at Goodwin, Ricci, and Kaczynski trading blows on who gets 8th place. Ricci actually gets shuffled back, and Raji Kaczynski now moves his way into 8th place. Although it's not recorded in the timing towers, we can say that Kaczynski is currently in 8th. Kyle Gibbons another fastest lap for the defending champion, 121.010. He's not to be underestimated right now. Reba is looking for an opportunity against Rim Olgo. Gibbons is hot on the heels of the top 3. The Lexus front 4 has been very good so far already, pulling up a 6-second gap against Vladislav Domashnev. Doing very well there, these drivers up in the top 4 to stamp their authority in the top 4 spot. Meanwhile, looking into the rest of the field, we're looking at Lorenzo Ricci trying to find a way past Raji Kaczynski, who's currently in 8th. But meanwhile, we have Jake Goodwin in 9th place, trying to give a bit of a headache to what looks like Lorenzo Ricci in 9th place. Looking at Raji Kaczynski, he's going to pit quite late into this race, actually, as well as Takeda Adachi. They're going to pit in maybe around 35 laps this time, so definitely going for that overcut strategy. Same goes for Shaidan Reza and some other drivers, but there are other drivers who might have other ideas. They might go for an overcut strategy instead. So don't mind us while we get into using the alternate timing tower. Sorry, ACTV, but we're gonna need to shut you off for a while. This is to basically better showcase the drivers who are actually registered into the timing tower. So anyways, we're looking at the current situation here. Kaczynski is actually losing out just a bit. Meanwhile, Duciem and Turner. Oh, Michael Turner's off! Michael Turner's off! You saw it happening, and I think he's actually going to be the first retirement of this race, but he's going to try to reset himself back on track. So, and that's going to cause him a lot of headaches here, as he's currently down in 31st place. Well, Hofumi is actually going to try to sneak on the opportunity to steal position away from Michael Turner. It's going to be bad tours for the Australian driver. Fumi manages to steal a position. Well, Alex Grant down in 33rd place. We have Hartoyo in 34th. Shaki Reza down in 35th. Meanwhile, looking into Kaminari Reba, he's actually getting very, very close there to Rim Olgor there. The gap's dropped down to 0.3 seconds here. Also looking into a possible battle between Nakamura and Pauly. Shadon Reza and Maverick Duciem also getting very close to Mohamed Cashew there. Damashev now with the fastest lap of the race, 1:20.845. Just keeps on coming there. The lap times here in Sportsland SUGO as but trying to find a way past Olgor here. Well, Barger gets very close against Evans here. Daniel Barger side by side against Evans. Barger manages to overtake Evans. Leo's gonna try to have his hand on 17th place, but not before Kizar Leo manages to steal back the opportunity. Kizar Leo now moves up into 17th place. Salman started from the back. He's now up into 30th place after a bit of a kerfuffling for position. So if you're anyone who's watching on Twitch right now, hopefully you guys are able to tune into the alternate YouTube broadcast. If you are unable to watch on Twitch, we have set up dual streaming in case anyone isn't able to watch on the other channels. So anyways, looking at Reba and Gibbons getting close to Olgor, who's actually lost out a lot on Aaron Massey there. The gap's now 4 seconds between the two. Pit stops have yet to cycle right now, as you can see here. Now we have Reba getting very close there to Olgor here. Sean Pauly's going to try to find his way into the top positions here. Sean Pauly against Irie Nakamura. looking into this time tower here, we have a bit of a trading of blows between Tyler Williams and Isagaji Mikolev there. There was a bit of battle here. Meanwhile, we have Hopeful Me and Michael Turner battling side by side once again. Turner was a front-running car, and so he has front-running speed against Hopeful Me. Meanwhile, Tyler Williams and Isagaji Mikolev had a bit of a battle on their own here, and now currently in Tyler Williams' favor. Oh, you can see here Antanaro gets shuffled off wide here because the Salaman manages to steal position away. Consistency is showing off against Antanaro for Giselle Salaman. Adjusting the timing towers, I want to hear your opinions on this new timing tower. All 35 cars currently out on show. And right now, the battles just keep on coming here as the battles just keep on delivering here. Apologies, we have to change the timing towers mid-race. While we're looking at Hopeful Me and Alex Grant trading blows between each other once again here. Alex Grant now gets up into 32nd place, beats Hopeful Me out. It's been a case of bad luck for Michael Turner and Mohamed Shakib Reza, who's currently down in the bottom 5 at the stands. We could be seeing a potential battle here between Richie Rod and Jeff Clark. Could there be contact? The answer is no as it stands, and right now Richie Rod has overtaken Clark for 22nd place. Laps here in Sportsland SUGO, and right now Rim Olga is actually catching himself back up to Aaron Mazzi here. The battle for the race lead has not died out just yet. And right now there's a bit of a battle at the moment on the top spot. Okay, back onto the stream right now. Daniel Barger is actually getting very close there to Ed Sky right now. It's against the run of play for the Israeli driver here, as obviously Suisse hasn't been keen on running the original uniforms and instead just ran the bright uniforms. While Barger is still just showing to everyone every now and then that he's fast in any car, regardless of if his or she doesn't want to use a specific type of outfit. And right now, Barger currently in a position to get himself into the top 10 if things go his way. Same goes for Mohamed Shazrin Reza, who's currently up in 13th place. Just really counting the other vehicles there. Just really on the attack there, Shazrin Reza. Well, he's been losing out a bit on Mohamed Cashew there. 1 second is the current gap between Shazrin Reza and Mohamed Cashew right now. Hopefully everyone is enjoying this race so far here in Sportsline SUGO, the SUGO 500, the season opening race of the 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Series. Obviously it's the first of 4 qualifier races, where a total of 35 cars will try to vie for the top 20 spots in the qualifier standings in order for them to advance to the Studio Cup. On the remaining 15, the bottom 15, they will go to the Akuro. Meanwhile, Rim Olgo getting very close there against Aaron Mazzi there for the race lead. 20 laps complete. Lap 21 has just started. And the battles just keep on coming. It just keeps on delivering. We have yet to see a driver coming into the pits just yet. Well, looking into the race via monitor, it could be very soon. Lorenzo Ricci, RMS running very, very low on fuel right now. They're going to try to use the pit stop window in the next few laps to try to overcut their opponents. And as you can see here, the tires are absolutely starting to wear off for some of these drivers as well. And you can see here the top four are already just separated by about 2 seconds there between Aramazzi and Kaminari Reba here. As you can see here, a battle could be brewing between these top four Lexus cars. Mazzi and Olgor trying to go for their first win in Hololive GT3. Reba as well. Callum Gibbons is going to try to get up to his best start in his title defense as much as possible. Oh, and Maverick DuCM and Mama Shadowed Reza actually traded blows between each other. Shadowed Reza has now dropped down to 14th place. Obviously, Shadowed Reza doesn't need to panic just yet here, as he still has a long way to go. Obviously, there is still very much 40 plus laps to go here in Sportsland SUGO. Lots of battles brewing left, right, and center here, and right now Shadowed Reza is going to try to at least get close to DuCM here. They got only like 0.3 of a second. I don't think it's going to be enough for Shazrin. Well, Jake Goodwin is forming a good train behind him right now. He's currently in 9th place. Meanwhile, we're looking into Rim. Olgo still getting very close there to Aramazzi here. We're still yet to see the first pit stop activities of the day here in Sportsline SUGO. Lorenzo Ricci actually getting very close there to Johan Sinful, as Sinful is currently trying to defend his 6th place, which is actually getting very close. Cassia and DuCM are also keen for a battle against Sean Pauly there. Jay Goodwin, of course, forming a train. And of course, that might be in favor of Shadowed Reza, who might just be able to at least be in the hunt for the top 10 spots. He's currently in 14th place. Shadowed Reza, you can see here Ricci and Sinful trading blows between each other here. Sinful drops down to 7, Lorenzo Ricci in 6, car number 6 and 6. Car number 7 and 7. We're about to reach the halfway stages of this race, and the race is far from over from anyone's perspective. Shakib Reza, who had that spin earlier in the race, is now still in last place, only 8 seconds behind Ho Fumi. Aramazzi is currently in the back straight. Shakib Reza is in exit of SP. Jeff Clark and Fabio Mendes battling out for 20th place. Jeff Clark will be in the last spot for the qualifiers if it's just for one race as it stands. Fabio Mendes is not going to take it lying down. Fabio Mendes has the inside line though. He's going to shuffle Clark down 21st. Jeff Rohan and Richie Rod were on their battle between each other as well, and now Jeff Rohan gets up into 23rd. Rod's down to 24th. Meanwhile, Rim Olgar trying to find a way past Aramazzi, who's been clinical all race long. He's led all the laps so far. And right now, looking into the current situations here, Aramazzi against Olgor, and as you can see here, Olgor's just trying to get very close there to Mazzi, but still not there yet. But looking into the Mashaba region, who's also slowly catching up. Like we mentioned, there's a race on our hands right now, and we just don't know which direction is it going to go. Another battle that we want to pay attention to is Aurelio, Dan Evans. Daniel Barger hasn't been catching up to Ed Sky as of late. Jeff Rohan and Adachi also trade blows between each other. Adachi's now dropped down to 23rd. Rohan is now up into 22nd. Meanwhile, Gibbons gets pretty close there against Allgore. Four laps complete here in SUGO for the SUGO 500 race. Right now we have the top four only separated by about 1.5 seconds here. Vlad Tomashev is going to try to join in the mix as well. As far as Mazzy and Allgore's strategies are, they're going to go for the overcut strategy. Except Aaron Mazzy is going to actually pit sooner or later. So Rem Allgore is going to be assured of at least a race lead, at least temporarily, until the pit stops have cycled. As you can see here, Callum Gibbons coming on down the inside line against Rem Allgore. Callum Gibbons is going to try to stick his coming to the race lead because he knows, he probably knows that Aaron Mazzy might need to pit sometime soon. But as you can see here, Gibbons manages to clear Rem Allgore away from position. And now Gibbons has second place. It's going to be a provisional race lead. Michael Turner has overtaken Aki Tanaka. It's a Noi Flare battle here at the moment. It could go into a 3 wide right now. Michael Turner's hanging around the outside. Almost goes off track. Aki Tanaka just trying to attack. Meanwhile, Tanaka and Turner just straight blows between each other. Turner, of course, trying to recover from the spin he had at turn 1. I think he's made contact with someone. Alex Grant now coming on down the inside of Michael Turner, and now these two straight blows. And now Alex Grant's now up into 31st. Reza's now caught up to Hofumi just a bit. He may be the last place car right now, but he's still on the hunt. Meanwhile, Kamiya Reba has been overtaken by Vladislav Domashnev here, coming in the exit of Rainbow. Domashnev is now up in 4th place. A very solid Rosenthal member, really trying to stretch his legs. He's going to show to everyone that he is a worthy Rosenthal to represent Akuro at this level. Meanwhile, Jeff Clark and Fabio Mendes now trading blows between each other. Jeff Rohan getting very close there to Fabio. He's going to try to hang around the outside there, Jeff Rohan, but too far back is the answer. Lap 34 will be the halfway stage of this race, and obviously there's a lot of excitement here in Sportsland SUGO. 35 cars still out on track, and everyone's still on song. Meanwhile, we have Takeda Adachi coming on against Jeff Rohan. Remember, the VR38 EDTT on that Nissan is super beefy and super powerful on the straights, so the Nissan have an advantage on these long straight sections here. Now you can see Adachi coming around the inside against Jeff Rohan. And the move has been done. Adachi is now up into 22nd. Now we have Airi Nakamura, the first driver to come into the pit, as well as Maverick Duciem. First pit lane activities to come here in Sportsland SUGO. Nakamura and Duciem are expected to lose a good amount of positions here. Nakamura's battle is with Jake Goodwin as it stands. Also coming into the pit is Althusser and Tannerout too. Now you see people tuning into this Hololive GT3 stream. It's the SUGO 500 race. Aaron Matthews for Tsunamaki Watame leads. Ari Nakamura gets out of the pit lane right now. Sakureza barrels through to the 3 drivers who have already pitted. Nakamura is going to exit in 33rd, some ways off behind her opponent Jake Goodwin. But that's going to be her pit stop cycle settled. She's going to go through this for the rest of this race. Mazzy now comes into the pit. Now Rem Allgore, as we said this, Rem Allgore has retaken the lead at one point now. It's going to be under pressure when Callum Gibbons can see her on the radar. Callum Gibbons with a good move down the inside of turn 1 to try to mount a challenge against Allgore. And now Gibbons now has the race lead. And Reba Domashev's going side by side. Adachi coming into the pits as well. Jeff Clark. That is Kizar Leo coming to the pits. Jeff Rohan also coming into the pits. Highest Honda right now currently is still Jay Goodwin up on Sean Pauli by 2 seconds, but still 18 seconds behind Raiji Kaczynski. Highest Nissan currently is Ed Sky. Would you believe it? Meanwhile, Ed Sky manages to overtake Lorenzo Ricci with the warmer tires right now as Ricci exits the track with cold tires. Now we have Suisse and Marine on the battle. Let's see what happens coming into the exit of Rainbow. And now you can see here Dan Evans trying to go down the inside of Daniel Barga. That's a very well executed move from Evans. Mount the pressure on Barger, and now Barger dropped down to 15th place. You can see here DuCM has a problem. He's had a terrible exit onto the pits, and right now he's stuck inside with damage at the front. So that's DuCM. That's DuCM out of this race. Adachi and Jeff Clark, Fabian Mendes, Richie Watt coming in to serve their pit stops here. Don't worry, Kaminari Riva is basically ghosted. So even if he's still stuck here in the pits, he will still be he will not cause a lot of harm, but that should be our first actual retirement of this race. Maverick DuCM, very unlucky for him. He crashes out in the pit lane. I think it has to do with pit lane entry. I think we need to check that soon, but we're gonna have to check on that later. But we are looking into more drivers who have come into the pits. Ayo Nakamura leads drivers who have already pitted. Fabian Mendes has a very good cycle up to this point. Manages to, I think, stay ahead of Kizuhara Leo. And as you can see here, Nakamura, Gibbons, and Olgo have already cleared the lap cars of Fabian Mendes. Fabian Mendes down on back are now one lap down. Oh, and you can see here there's a bit of a battle here between the lap car and the lead lap car. That's Lasa Damasha and Fabian Mendes here. Johan Sinful is also in the mix as well. And you can see here Kizuhara Leo diving down the inside here. And a great move to use the lead lap cars as a pick for Kizuhara Leo to make the pass. Meanwhile, Raiji Kaczynski against Johan Sinful, as well as Antanara and Rod. Both of them are in a league of their own. Antanara making a pass on Rod. Alvaro is coming into the pits. The current situation in Tyler Williams have already come into the pits. DuCM is just stuck there. I think he has had a mess on pit entry. I think he's hit something on pit entry. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a battle here between Jeff Clark and Fabian Mendes here, side by side. As you can see, Jeff Clark makes use of the superior grip on that Lexus car to push Fabian Mendes off. Meanwhile, Tyler Williams gets passed by Kizuhara Leo this time. Got moved away by Raiji Kaczynski, who's currently up in 4th place. We're going to expect more pit lane activity in the coming laps, as right now, among the drivers who have already pitted, Irie Nakamura are currently leading this pack. Kizuhara Leo is actually not far behind. Kizuhara Leo is actually acing this strategy and this undercut strategy. Meanwhile, looking into Raiji Kaczynski, trying to clear the lap car of Leo. Will Leo take this line down? Will Leo try to mount a challenge? The answer is going to be no, because our Leo knows he's actually a lap down, so he has to move away. You see lap traffic rules finally being applied. Fabian Mendes. Oh, and Fabian Mendes has a spin off somewhere. He's had a spin. I think that's his race over as well. Yeah, he went off there at SP, spun off, and when he tried to get back onto the racetrack, I think that's his race over. He can try to get himself back into the pits and get his race restarted, but it's not gonna look good for the assistants out there. Meanwhile, Ed Sky, Lorenzo Ricci going side by side. Oh, Ed Sky gets pushed off. He gets spun. Another spin. Another twist here in Sportsland SUGO, as we might see another retirement here in this race. That's 2 Hololive cars out in a span of around 30 to 40 seconds. Meanwhile, we're looking into more drivers coming into pit. Oh, and that's because of Salaman. Daniel Goyena. Oh, lots of drivers going off. That's a lot of drivers. Off, that's Aki Tanaka. That is Isekaji Mikolev, Alif Hartoyo. Crystal Salman is also involved in this crash. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a block back. Oh no, there's contact between Ed Sky and Daniel Goyena. As Daniel Goyena finally teleports himself back into the pits. But there's been a massive bloodshed here in Hololive GT3 here in Sportsland SUGO. A lot of drivers retiring from this race up to this point. Fabio Mendes is still stuck out here. Artoyo is stuck. Tanaka is stuck. Mikolev as well. Alif Artoyo is also still stuck. Mikolev stuck. Salman is stuck. I think they might be out of this race. Who's still out on track is currently Richie Rod in 28th place with a very seriously battered front end of the car. And for the driver who is currently still surviving, this is a good opportunity for them to actually still hang around and to have a good points fit, have a good points day. Pandemonium here in Sportsland SUGO. We're looking at a lot of drivers just still being stuck here. They haven't basically teleported themselves back, and they're not looking to continue as of late. Meanwhile, we have Richie Rod trying to attack Jeff Rohan for 27th place. Coming into the halfway stages of this race. Already lost Salaman, Mikolev, Tanaka, Hartoyo, Goyena, and Mendes. That's a lot of Honda and Lexus cars out already. Looks like there has been a massive collision at the exit of SP. We're gonna have to take a look into that later. Meanwhile, Cashew against Sean Pauly. They're gonna go on a battle against each other. Lorenzo Ricci against Aaron Mazzi. Also a battle that we need to take a look into. Same goes for Adachi and Barger. Barger comes into the pits for his stop. He will have a fresh set of tires and fuel. No problems for Daniel Barger here. As you can see here, a lot of retirements so far here in this race. Meanwhile, we have a few drivers who have managed to basically make use of the chaos that has ensued some of these drivers here. The Daniel Goyena is now back out on track here. As for the rest of the drivers here, they might not be able to continue. They might have a lot of damage on their cars. Looking into Salman, who's going to be stuck in 30th place. Not much ways back into this. Daniel Goyena, of course, a minute away from Jeff Rohan, and obviously a lap down on these contenders. Past the halfway stage here in Sportsland SUGO. Cashew manages by Sean Pauly, but that's because Sean Pauly is headed towards the pit lane. So the Reza now edges ahead into 8th place here. We still have a few drivers who have yet to make a pit stop. Dan Evans gets very close onto Barger here, but Dan Evans, I think, has messed up his exit, and that would allow its guy to get very, very close there on to planet number 61. It's a Hololive battle right now. They may be teammates in terms of car manufacturers and Gent, but they're still battling out for position on the racetrack. And now Ed Sky manages to steal position away. Passing through these graveyard of race cars before the final corner here. Now we're going to be taking a look into looking into the current situation here. Cashew gets a bit close down on Jake Goodwin, but right now no battles ensuing so far. Fumi gets shuffled off against Shakib Reza. Shakib Reza is going to try to mount his challenge against Hofumi. Then NHE number 77 piles on the pressure and is now up into 16th place. Shakib Reza was about to be written off there after running at the back for most of the race, and now Shakib Reza is going to go for a double overtake. Now against Sean Pauly. Shakib Reza is shuffling off the number 56 Coronet Honda. Now Shakib Reza is now inside the top 15. Now Shakib Reza has his eyes set on his fellow Gen 5 teammate Alex Grant. Now these drivers are going to commit to a pit stop just yet. Looking into the race field monitors, the next driver is going to come to pit. Callum Gibbons, as well as Rim Olgor. Looking into Aki Tanaka as well. They're going to do a pit stop as well, but Aki Tanaka have already crashed out, so we won't be hearing much from them soon. Relio has overtaken Dan Evans there for position here. Manages to use that Honda NSX to good effect. Dan Evans is going to try to mount a comeback move down the outside. Down the outside, but it's not going to be enough. Because Leo manages to defend against Johan Sinful, who's currently struggling against lap cars. Here's Mama Cashew against Jake Goodwin here. That should be for 6th place. But Shadar Reza is going to be hot on the heels as well. Oh, you can see Shadar Reza really trying to attack. And now Shadar Reza is going to try to find a way past Mohammed Cashew there. Cashew, of course, against Jake Goodwin. Gets shuffled off there. That's not gonna do well for Cashew there if he wants to hang around inside the top 5. Shadar Reza coming in very close there against the cars. You can see Shadar Reza really trying to test the limits of his car here in terms of grip here, just really trying to find as much grip as possible. Well, Dan Evans and really trade again their positions. Manages to steal one back. Great defense there from Relio. Obviously part of the Shiku. Now you can see here Kazara Leo trying to defend against Johan Sinful, trying to give that Mexican driver a headache. Johan Sinful. And Shadar Reza gets really close there against Mohammed Cashew there. He needs to focus on attacking at the right time. Taunting at the right time. Just hoping that they get close enough. Oh, and that's a mistake there, I think, from Mohammed Cashew. Shadar Reza has to move down the inside. He might try for a late braking. Move down the inside of Horseback. He has the horsepower. He has the move. He has the position. He shuffles Mohammed Cashew wide. Shadar Reza is now up into 7th place. Now Shadar Reza trying to eat away against Jake Goodwin here, but not before. Looky here. There is Muhammad Cashew down the inside. Shadariza might take a defensive move down the inside. But he should be good around the outside if he manages to hang it around. But Shadariza is being shuffled off wide, and that's going to be Muhammad Cashew just positioned back. They basically created blows again. Jeff Clark and Tyler Williams traded blows between each other as well. And you can see here Jeff Clark's now up into 18th place. Lap 40 is about to begin with Callum Gibbons leading a good amount of laps so far. Gibbons with a good amount of control. Callum Gibbons might be called into the pits this lap. The answer is going to be no so far, and as you can see here, the sun really starts to set here in SUGO. You can see here Muhammad Cashew being under pressure from Mohamed Shadariza once again. Now we have Laszlo Damashev coming into the pit lane. His car gets serviced while Raja Kaczynski tries to edge out the lead, maybe. Meanwhile, we have Dan Evans and Emilio training between each other once again. They're basically in a back and forth sort of battle here. Laszlo Damashev, Jake Goodwin, Cashew, and Shaka Shadariza. Now you can see here Cashew trying to battle Jake Goodwin for position here. Moves Cashew off, moves Jake Goodwin off. Shadariza might sniff an opportunity on his fellow Honda teammate. Damashev just exits ahead of these three drivers, Cashew, Goodwin, and Shadariza. Now inside a decent position here. Sean Pauly getting close against Shaka Reza, but that's because Shaka Reza is going to go into the pit lane. Shaka Reza committing to his pit stop so far. Iwa Nakamura is going to try to find her way past Ofumi. Not to be this time just yet. Well, Rim Olgo trying to get close there to Rim Olgo here, but Cal Gibbons is actually getting close to the lap car battle here against Nakamura and Fumi. Nakamura has already pitted, so she's done a very good job here there to get herself into this high of a position. Salman still stuck there at the exit of SP, out, and before the final corner. And now Shadariza trying to get close there to Jake Goodwin. Shadariza getting a bit close against Jake Goodwin. Mamakashi has been cleared. So he's going to be able to at least salvage a very good amount of positions here. Gibbons, Olgor, Kaczynski to get to pit soon. Cal Gibbons is going to pit this lap. Alex Brand is pitting this lap. Cal Gibbons finally pits. Rim Olgor is going to have his time in the sun. He's going to lead a race here in Hololive GT3 here in Sportsland SUGO. Let's see how the strategy unfolds. Grant still in the pit lane, just trying to get his car serviced. Finally, he gets his car out. Gibbons is still stationary on that car. He's going to be overtaken by Sinful, Cashew, Goodwin, Shadariza if he's not careful enough. But you can see there's a hive of race cars right here. In between Greeley and Dan Evans, we have Johan Sinful trying to clear these lap cars to no avail. We have Izuhara Leo as well, trying to go past Dan Evans. Jeff Clark's also in the mix. Tyler Williams manages to get past Jeff Clark. Oh, separating between the two, and now you can see here Daniel Goyena also in this battle. I think Daniel Goyena's 2 laps down at this point. Now you can see Jeff Rohan and Richie Watt. I think they rub wheels. Charles just keep on delivering right now. Jake Goodwin still struggles with his older tires here. But again, they're all committing to an overcut strategy. They're about to be overtaken by Blas Automato, who have far fresher tires. And then we have Ari Nakamura managing to overtake Kofumi. And we have Rim Olgo trying to put Fumi a lap down. Frantic action everywhere here in Sportsland SUGO. Damasha trying to get close to Shazrin, but Damasha goes off. Oh, that's a very good save there by Damasha. He thought he was raced over for Damasha, but now he's going to be under pressure from Kaminari Riba, who's going to be hounding the back of Damasha. Sakaji Mikolev finally has decided that he's going to get back onto this race. Akitanaka, Ale Fartoyo still thinking whether or not they can restart their cars. Because Solomon's out there as well. He's going to be stuck here at this point. Sakaji Mikolev joins back on the field, 9 laps down against Daniel Bayena, 11 laps down from the race leader. It's a never give up moment though. At least Mikolev is still inside the top 30, still eligible for points. Miwashada Reza is getting pretty close there against Jake Goodwin. There's going to be even more pit lane activity to come. Fumi Mikolev, Mohamed Cashew, Johan Sinful, Raji Kaczynski, Wim Olgor, Jake Goodwin. These are going to be pitting sooner or later as well, so watch out for them as well. Oh, and that's Alton Tanarau. He's off as well. Looks like he's made contact with Shakib Reza there, and he's paid for it with a crash. And Dan Evans too. I think that it was a miscommunication coming into pit lane entry, and that puts Dan Evans on the outside wall of the final corner. He's able to continue. Oh, that's a very aggressive pit out, and that's going to be a lot of damage on that Nissan. Kaminari Riba manages to overtake Mohamed Shadran Reza. Of course, Shadran Reza have yet to pit. He's also been cleared by Dasa Damashev. And now Aramazi, the pole sitter, is going to try to clear Shadran Reza, his fellow Gen 4 teammate. Tanarau still stuck out there. Oh, Goriana being moved off wide here, and now he's going to be under pressure from the lap car. The car that's a lap ahead, that's Richie Rod. Revolver is in control of this race. Over 45 seconds ahead of Cal Gibbons. Meanwhile, Riba and Damasha battling side by side. Damasha is still trying to recover from that mistake. Tanarau, of course, still stranded on that racetrack here. Salman still stranded on that racetrack too. Meanwhile, you can see Mohamed Kasher trying to peel away against the lap car of Mohamed Shakif Reza. Aramazi trying to get close to Shazrin on that final corner here, trying to go the long way out. We'll have Jake Goodwin coming into the pits. Damasha trying to attack Kaminari Riba. That's Riba managing to defend against Damashev. Shadran Reza is going to try out an opportunity to at least stay there inside the top 10 while he can at the moment. Meanwhile, we have Ricci and Mazzy trading goals between each other. Ricci drops down to 10. Still stranded. Nikolai still back out on trying to gain as many positions as possible. Jake Goodwin still inside that pit lane. Rim Olga's going to come into the pit stop. Raja Kaczynski is going to be leading this race. Now all eyes are going to be on Rim Olgor versus Callum Gibbons. Callum Gibbons is currently in SP. He has 3 corners left to manage. And let's see if he can manage to consolidate his race lead. Jake Goodwin trying to attack. But of course, he's got those colder tires, so he's unable to do so. Callum Gibbons has Tyler Williams on his bumper here, and now you can see here Rim Olgar actually managing to exit. It's going to be crucial in the battle for the race lead. Rim Olgor have managed to overcut Callum Gibbons, and I think he might just be able to overtake Johan Sinful at this rate as well. Rim Olgor has managed to beat Callum Gibbons. Great stuff there, but we need to take a look into Johan Sinful and Raja Kaczynski. Sinful and Kaczynski have yet to pit, so at this point, it's going to be a net race lead for Rim Olgor, who might find a win in 2023 after all for Ozora Subaru. Tanaka and Ali Fartoya couldn't get their cars restarted. Same goes for Kusasawa, but Sky Jumbo got an opportunity to restart the car. Fabio Mendes is still stuck there. Rim Olgor manages to steal this race away. He's had the fast car all race long. Lexus cars have a fast car all race long. But it's going to be Rim Olgor is going to be taking the advantage. Remember, Sinful and Kaczynski are going to pit later in this race. Now you can see here, Raja Kaczynski is currently being stuck heavily against Hofumi, and if Kaczynski wants to salvage something from this race, he's gonna need to hit as soon as possible. Reminder, if you are currently on Twitch, if you're seeing a black screen, you can head to YouTube. The YouTube stream works just fine. Just relaying this information to anyone who's still on Twitch. And Shadar Reza finally committing to his pit stop there. He's going to concede his place inside the top 10. He's going to at least be able to be in around 13, 14, 15 as it stands. Shambali, Ari Nakamura clears. Hofumi is about to clear. Raja Kaczynski is gonna continue lapping the field. Southern Reza against Hofumi. How's it gonna be? Southern Reza against Hofumi. Southern Reza manages to defend 14th place for now. And with Raja Kaczynski due to pit soon, it's going to be Southern Reza having a good amount of tire to try to mount a late charge against Nakamura, Pauly, and Adachi. And Adachi as well. Adachi is also going for a very long stint here. Not sure if the overcut strategy is the strategy to be. Meanwhile, Johan Sinful has been overtaken by Rim Olgor there. Two completely different strategies here. Rim Olgor is in complete control of this race. Fabio Mendes has continued and bounced a few more drivers down. Fabio Mendes, of course, is going to try to log in as much laps as possible in order to get himself a few points, those few crucial points that might decide on whether or not he will be in the Suyo or in the Zako. Meanwhile, Reba and Cashew currently in a battle between each other around lap 49 here. Cashew has been moved down to 6th place. Reba's now up into 5th. Remember, we have Olgor trying to just stay in contention for the race lead here. Kaczynski's still stuck on that race lead here for now, but he's going to have to pit sometime later. Rem Olgor's control in this race, as we mentioned, has been good so far. Obviously, he's been in provisional pole for quite some time before he was being pit by Hansen, Pole, and RMS. But in this race, he's been clinical. Meanwhile, Damashev is about to be under pressure from Mohamed Cashew. Kizar Leo has cleared Ed Sky. Kizar Leo currently has that last spot in the Suyo, at least with 3 races to go. Meanwhile, Olgor just trying to stay calm here. Nakamura on a solo run, Sean Pauly in a solo run. He's currently in 12th. Adachi finally coming into pit. And Shadid Reza might just be able to steal a position or two. now looking into YG60 finally coming into the pits. Rim Olver is going to inherit the race lead once and for all. Nicolev and Mendes know that they can steal a position away from Antanara and put Antanara out of the points. So at least that's something that they can be able to be proud of, knowing that they haven't been at their best after their crashes. Rajiv moves down to 4th place. Gibbons now up into 3rd, which should have been Lexus podium lockout. Ed Sky finally comes to the pits. Now Mikolev trying to defend against Michael Turner there, but of course Michael Turner has the fast car. He's currently up in... Michael Turner is actually up in the top 10 actually. He's managed to have a good comeback, talking about Michael Turner. Michael Turner of course having that spin earlier on in the race and managing to get a comeback like this. That's a nice thing to see. Dan Evans also manages to continue after his spin. He's currently up in 28th. Tyler Williams getting very close there to Jeff Clark. What do you know? Right now it's not enough so far. He's currently ways behind. Nakamura and Shadrin might be able to pull up something against Sean Pauly. There's still a few drivers who have yet to pit. After all this, we're talking of course Michael Turner, Johan Sinful, and Mohamed Cashew. That could be more positions gained for the guys outside the top 10. Shadrin Reza just trying to get away with whatever race he's had. There's also Michael Turner, confirmation that Turner has also pitted. So Cashew is still going to be stationary inside his pit box. Shadreza is already barreling through to the final corner. Cashew finally exits. Shadreza might just be able to catch Cashew. And now you can see here Cashew finally manages to exit his pit lane. And Shadreza only managed to get into turn 1. He manages to get a position away on Michael Turner. Shadreza up into 12th place. Cashew, of course, still needing to warm up his tires. Might give Iron Nakamura a bit of a headache. Johan Sinful finally coming into the pits. It's been long coming. He's going to lose a few more positions here. Drivers might be able to step up on the opportunity here. Shiny currently barreling down the back straight. Ali Fartoyo has also decided it's time for him to continue. He saw the other drivers taking up the opportunities and he's going to try to seize it. Salman also still stuck on the racetrack here. It's going to fall down even further on the order if it continues like this. Sinful finally coming out, and now there's Sean Pauly coming in. What of course, like Chad Reza and Mohamed Cashew, Sinful manages to defend his place inside the top 10, or rather 8th place. While Richie Ron and Shakib Reza trading blows between each other on the late stage of this race. There's still a beehive here. Hartoya with a damaged Minato Aqua car is gonna try to at least limp home somewhere. Meanwhile, we're looking into Hofumi. Oh, Hofumi has had troubles in pit lane. Troubles befalling the 2022 champion as he has spun out on pit entry. That's going to give a lot of positions to other drivers. Alfartoyo has cleared Solomon and Aki Tanaka. Of course, it's for the silver spoon, but at least they're trying. Kizora Leo now up into 18th place, but now he's going to be cleared by Kaminai Reba in the number 43 Botan car. Kaczynski's still currently in third place, and obviously the time tower is still bored. Ed Sky and Shakib Reza's now off. Shakib Reza's now off. That's gonna open the door for other drivers to steal a point or two. Again, another mistake for Shakib Reza. Cross him dear. That's gonna be another retirement in this race here in SUGO. The SUGO 500 claims yet another victim. Kaczynski trying to find a way past Callum Gibbons for position. Of course, he's still 1.1 seconds back. There's still 15 laps to go here in Sportsland SUGO to decide the first race of this season and the final race of 2023 for all ARO racing events. Goyena has cleared Mama Shakib Reza. Of the 10 drivers have had issues here. Nicola has finally cleared and Tanner drops Tanner down to 30th. Evans have managed to clear Shakib Reza from position. Despite some of the drivers having extremely battered cars. Meanwhile, looking into Alex Grant getting close to Ray Liu for 17th place. Tyler Williams gets overtaken by Jeff Rohan. And Oreo Bala had been on the works here. Oh, and Isakaji Mikolev now has problems as well. What happened to Isakaji Mikolev? He's played it now. Lots of things happening in Sportsline SUGO, and again, another twist in the battle for positions here in SUGO, and Mikolev is in the pits. I think it's just for a short pit stop here. Isakaji Mikolev just here for a short serve of new fuel and tires. That's still not going to do him any favor, but meanwhile, Shakib Reza is catching up against Katu, catching up against Nakamura. Race is still not over yet. Kaczynski against Callum Gibbons. Now the gap's closed down to 0.7 seconds there, but will it be enough? Will there be enough time? Michael Turner, obviously with the spin he's had, he should be lucky that he's still inside the top 15. And now his eyes are set on Daniel Barger. Salman still stationary, Tanaka still stationary, Shakib Reza still stationary. There's still a long way to go in this race, and Tanner's also still stationary. We have Turner trying to attack. Daniel Barger here is going to try to make a move around the outside. Turner is going very aggressive around the outside, but I think he's too aggressive there, and he went on to the grass. And he's not going to enjoy that. Alex Grant, on the other hand, gets very close there to Liu, but will it be enough here? The sun slowly setting here in Sportsland SUGO in this wintry day. It's very cold here in obviously very much up north. Near freezing temperatures closing in. Well, we have Alex Grant still trying to catch up to Liu. Lindsay trying to catch up to Gibbons. Right now, Olbert's gap to Gibbons have now closed down to 1.5 seconds. Olbert's been pretty nervous up to this point. Meanwhile, Barton has been overtaken by Michael Turner there. Turner is now up into 14th place. Jeff Clark still in some kind of battle here right now. Jeff Clark against Kizuhara Leo. Jeff Clark's still getting very close there, but as you can see here, now it's getting very, very overcast here. The sun is really, really setting here. Now it's on the drivers to finish this race as soon as possible, to not deal with the sunset. Of course, these cars have lights, but obviously they just want to finish this race in daylight as soon as possible.
and if possible as well. So that's one of the drivers' priorities. Jeff Clark against Kizohara Leo here. He's going to be under pressure from Flyside. Damasha is going to be placed a lap down. Cashew against Nakamura. Cashew is going to be under pressure against Nakamura. A spot in the top 10 might be on the cards for Saturn Reza after all. If Cashew is unable to pass Nakamura, who's going to provide a good amount of shielding. But of course he's got Ed Sky in front, so that's also going to be a massive hurdle for Shazring. A bit of an update, the gap for the race lead between first and third place have now dropped down to 1.5 seconds. The race for the win is not over yet. Right now, Rim Olgo still has it under control. Nakamura and Cashew going side by side. Cashew's gonna snap his authority inside the top 10, and that's his move inside the top 10 secure. Obviously, he's enjoying his place in 12th place after what has been a pretty visible showing here for SUGO based on his standards. Lap 58 has started here, and Wim Olger still in control of this race. But there's going to be a hurdle that has got to be Isekaiji Mikolev currently in 29th place. And right now, Olgar, Gibbons, and Kaczynski know they need to clear Mikolev as soon as possible if they want to have a shot at win this race. You want Jeff Clark and Kizohara Leo going side by side. Jeff is alongside Kizohara Leo, and now Clark manages to get the pass done. While Jeff Rohan is also sniffing for an opportunity. Cal Gibbons gets very close there to Rim Olgar, who has had this race under control, the defending champion, showing why he is the champion. Oh, he tries to learn an early move down the outside, but it's not going to be enough. It's too early. And that's going to open the door for Raja Kaczynski to try to steal a spot, maybe. We're about to come into 10 laps to go here in the SUGO 500 race. Lots of drama, lots of action, lots of crashes as well. And of course, lots of opportunities to steal something in and out. Fabio Mendes knows he's got a point to take if he can still stay relatively untouched in this race. Salman just staying there pretty dejected for himself after he spun out at the exit of SP. Coming into the final stages of this race, Fabio Mendes has finally cleared Aldiser and Tanneral to move himself into the points. This could be crucial in whether or not he will be able to qualify for the Suyo or not. Even for Koyori, who hasn't been showing much passion for the original uniforms, preferring bright instead, Fabio Mendes is still on the heel for an attack. Meanwhile, Cal Gibbons gets very close there to Rim Olger. The race lead might be stolen away. Meanwhile, we also have Raja Kaczynski also trying to mount the pressure on Gibbons. Kaczynski haven't won in 2023. His last win came at Tokachi in 2022. The Tokachi split B race. I think it was race 2, but that doesn't matter. Both Raja Kaczynski and Rim Olgar are going to try to win for the first time in 2023, and I think for the only time in 2023. Rim Olgar is going to go for his first win of his Aero career, the first win for Ozora Subaru, and the first win in Hololive GT3. Jeff Rohan gets very close there to Kizohara Leo there. Rim Olgar still has this race under control. Sean Pauli, meanwhile, has been pretty good this race. He has been under control. He has some further expectations. Of course, Sean Pauli hasn't been at his best recently, but he's still there, up in 9th place. After what has been a pretty subpar season in 2023. We have Sean Pauli is going to try to mount a challenge for the SUGO Cup with a 9th place finish. Well, of course, he still got 3 races to go. Everyone else knows they have 3 races to go to try to make a statement, to make themselves available to be in the SUGO. Lap 61 has started, 60 laps complete. Here in Sportsland SUGO, the SUGO 500 is about to reach its conclusion. And right now, Rim Olgor is seeing 2 lap cars, both Comment cars, Isekai Mikolev and Daniel Barger, both on different laps. Daniel Barger is going to be a lap down. And looking at Isekai Mikolev, he's going to be 2 laps down. So that's going to be an extra layer of nerviness for Olgor and Gibbons and Kaczynski to deal with. Remember, these guys are currently battling for the race win. And Lorenzo Ricci has made a pass on Aaron Mazzi, and Aaron Mazzi has spun out. He's made contact with someone. I think that's Lorenzo Ricci, and he's out of race. I think if he's not going to be able to restart the car, that's going to move a lot of the drivers inside the top 10. And it gets even better for Sean Pauli as he's now moved up into 8th place. Same goes for Mohamed Cashew. Ari Nakamura is going to move herself into the top 10. Charlie Reza is going to move to 11. That's another point gained in the pursuit of the SUGO Cup for Shazrin. Aaron Mazzi still unable to restart the car. There's a good amount of damage there on that left side. Oh, there's contact between Rim Olgor and Sekaji Mikkel. Olgor got way too eager there. And that's probably going to open the door for Gibbons. And now you can see here, finally, Olgor steers clear of the lap car Mikolev. And now Gibbons gets overtaken by Raja Kaczynski. Yet another twist in this battle, in this story here in Sportsland SUGO. Cal Gibbons now trying to recuperate. He's going to try again to make a move into 2nd place and maybe for the race lead. But time is running out. Mazzi, of course, still stuck in 23rd place. Being stuck there, that's going to give a lot of positions to other drivers here. More positions being taken away. Mazzi knew he had this race in the bag. He started on pole position, and now he's going to see his race come undone. His race has come undone, unfortunately. Meanwhile, looking into Rim Olgor is going to try to clear Daniel Barger once and for all to put a seal on his race win if possible. Rim Olgor has the inside line against the venerable Daniel Barger. And now Rim Olgor has a chance to finally end it, to seal it. Rim Olgor heels down the inside. He's cleared both Comment cars. And now Rim Olgor has a lot of open space between himself and victory on what could be his first of many wins for Ozura Subaru. Rim Olgor knows that he's getting giddy, he's getting pretty excited, but he knows that he still has 6 more laps, or rather 5.5 more laps to deal with. Aaron Mazzi still loses a few more positions, gives away a few more positions to other drivers. The sun really setting here in Sportsland SUGO. Visibility dropping down like flies. In terms of one of the better drivers out there, we can't ignore Rim Olgor. Rim Olgor has been very, very good up to this point. I mean, he's qualified 3rd, managed to out-strategize Count Gibbons and out-race Kaczynski by the skim of his skills alone. That just gives Rim Olgor a good amount of votes of confidence for him to be given the vote for driver of the day. I mean, look at Rim Olgor. He's really stamping his authority here. He's managed to clear the lap cars with ease, and he's managed to really, really just showcase his skills around the racetrack. He is finally breaking out as a race car driver here in the Hololive GT3 Japan Series. Of course, Subaru committed to the original uniforms. So that's why you can see Olgor be committed as much as he is. Reza is about to lose a few more positions to Fabio Mendes if he's not careful. He's still stuck out, and he's not going to be able to continue probably at this rate. It's a pretty good day for Gen 2. It's going to be a Gen 2 1-2 with Wim Olgor and rounding out the top 2 spots. Meanwhile, we are coming into 4 laps to go here in the SUGO 500. Callum Gibbons is still hot on the heel of Roger Kaczynski. The battle for a second might still be on, but it could be over soon as Roger Kaczynski manages to clear both the comic cars as well. Kaczynski's the second place to secure. There's not much left in this race now. Talked about Ozora Subaru's stories of how she initially was a member of physical club, an MMA club, if I'm not mistaken, in what would be Subaru's school. She's been energetic. She has been showing that she's got a lot of energy, and obviously being a duck herself. And obviously Rim Olgo also shares that same energy that Olgor is showing. Olgor obviously exhibiting that same amount of power and energy that Subaru is showing, and that is currently showing here in SUGO. 3 laps to go, and right now Olgor has a comfortable 5-second lead over Raja Kaczynski. RMS, he might just be able to secure 27th after all that. The fella might not have enough time to steal a position away from Mazzy. Just gonna go for the alternate timing tower here. Just gonna need to check progress chart, see who has made the best progress. Of course, it's not really final here, but when you look at Daniel Barg, who started 21st, he's now up into 13, as well as the likes of Alex Grant, who started 29th, he's up into 16. That was also better. These are going to be the driver that we need to talk about more often, as they've been very good all round. Now back into the regular standings here. You can see here that Jeff Rowan currently has the final Suyo spot if it's only like for one race. And obviously Tyler Williams is currently on the outside looking in. But of course, it's only one of 4 races. There's still 3 races to go to turn things around for a lot of these drivers, especially for those who have crashed. It's currently outside of top 20. Meanwhile, penultimate lap has just started. Rim Olgor still in control of this race. The sun is shining down on Rim Olgor. Again, as we mentioned here, Rim Olgor is about to continue the tradition, the legacy of the Ozora Subaru drivers to, as in all these drivers have at least won one race. We talked about Callum Gibbons winning in Fuji in 2022. We talked about Orihara Izaya winning in Motegi. We talked about Hans-Henrik Heinz winning at Suzuka. We're going to add Rim Olgor to this list very soon, assuming that he's able to navigate these 1.5 laps to go. Rim Olgor is going to soon join the record books. Jeff Ryan gets close to Kizara Leo, but there might be nothing in the end. Reza does very well to be up into 11 after all of the events that have happened in this race. The final lap is about to start. Rim Olgor is just shown to everyone that he might not dominate these races, but with the right energy and with the right mindset, you can do anything. Anything is possible in this world. And right at Rem Olgor, it's possible for him to win after trying time and after multiple attempts of trying to win this race. He's shown that he's got skill and tenacity to just try to move himself forward. As black cars in front, Michael Turner, that is not going to be too much of a problem. Takeda Adachi gets close to Daniel Bargado. That could be a battle for 14th place right down to the wire. Fabi Mendes has finally passed Mohamed Shakir Fereza. He's now up into 29th place. Rem Olgor hasn't had a lot of foot wrong in this race. He has basically inherited the radiant energy that Subaru has been carrying. And right now he's on his way to grab his first win of Hololive GT3. His first win for Ozora Subaru. Aji Mario goes Rem Olgor. And for all the Subaru was watching, stand up and clap as Rem Olgor crosses through the finish line to win the SUGO 500. Roger Kaczynski scores a solid second place. Givens is gonna just end up with a third place. Reba fourth. He might just be able to get Adachi, but he managed to get Adachi. There's gonna be a total of 13 cars finishing on the lead lap. Well, ends up with 12 laps down. That just shows you that even if you have crashed, you should never give up. Lorenzo Ricci will finish 6th. Blazo Monte finishes 5th. Sinful will finish 7th. Casio 8th. Paulie and Nakamura might be on a last lap battle on their own. These drivers finishing positions on the left of your screen. For Rem Olgor, a well-earned victory for the Subaru, for him. For all the Subaru was watching, it has been coming. The streak continues for Ozora Subaru to win at least once every year. Sure, it's not in consecutive seasons, but it's a good try nonetheless. Sareza manages to come back enough to stay in 11th place. Jake Goodwin 12th, Michael Turner 13th. What a race it has been here in Sportsland SUGO. It has been, we have seen lots of ups and downs, lots of dramatic moments, and now with Aramazzi finally coming into the pits, we're gonna try to do a bit of an intermission to finally secure this race over. I just wanted to get off a bit of a timetable here on this race here. Hang on, just wanted to get to this final race results here in this SUGO 500. Just wanted to confirm to you all that Rem Olgor secures the win for Ozora Subaru for the first time in his Aero and Hololive GT3 career. Roger Kaczynski finishes second for Yusuke Choco. Callan Gibbons finishes third for Roboco. Kaminari Reba in his first race for Shishiro Botan, he will finish 4th. Damashnev finishes 5th, a solid finish for Aki Rosenthal in 5th. Lorenzo Ricci, car number 6 in 6th for Hosha Marine. Johan Sinful 7th for Natsuru Matsuri for car number 7. Cashew in 8th for Yozo Ramel. Trompoli 9th for Inamagami Korone. First Honda out in the field, and Irie Nakamura 10th place for Akai Hato. Sadareza does well to finish where he is. He is in 11th. Jake Goodwin 12th for Okami Mio. Michael Turner 13th for Shirogane Noel alongside Daniel Barger 14th, who is the first driver a lap down. For Shimachi Suisei, Sadareza represents Luna. Jake Goodwin represents Mio. Turner represents Noel. And then we have Adachi with a decent finish in 15th place for Laplace Darkness. Ridley finishes 16th for Sakamoto Koi. Alex Grant for Lamy finishes 17th. Jeff Clark finishes 18th, car number 18 for IMA. Kizaru Lea finishes 19th for Murasaki Shion in 19th. And Jeff Rohan is the last driver in the top 20. He will have the last Suyo spot with 3 races to go. in the Tokoyami Towa car. Tyler Williams 21st and Uchira 22nd is a British 21st and 22nd, representing Canada and Furuki respectively. Hofumi finishes 23rd for Tokino Sora alongside Sky 24th for Kazama Iroha. Danilo Goyana is another driver who's currently 25th for Sarabekora. Then Evans 26 for Takane Louis, 27 for Aramazi. It's a shame that he crashed out in the end. He finishes 27th for Watame. Sakaji Mikolev finishes 28th after he had a bit of a stop and then managed to continue for Sakuramiko. Fabio Mendes 29th for Hakui Koiri alongside Shaka Briza in 30th place for Momo Suzunene. Harley Fartoyo finishes 31st for Minato Aqua, but obviously out of the points. He's basically crashed out. So he basically continued, but he is basically not in the points, as well as Alcer and Tanarao. Fatoria first way for Minato Aqua didn't go to plan. Alcer and Tanarao for Akai didn't finish well. He finishes 32nd. Chris Solomon, very unlucky for him to finish where he is. He crashes out. He represented ASCII. Akitanaka in his first all GT3 race, he finishes 34th after a crash, as well as Ducian finishing last place after he also endured a crazy accident. So with that out of the way, let's take a look into the replays. Let's see what has happened to each of these individual drivers. Let's take a look into Maverick Ducian first. Let's see what's happened to him. Let's take a look into Kaminari but see what has happened to him first. If you want to see what happened. So, okay, there's a bit of a problem. He was actually pushing quite hard, and he was ready to come into the pit. But here you can see the start of the problems as he comes into the pit lane. I think he has issues in pit entry. No problem so far. If you want to know what happens next, he got way too aggressive and basically had a very horrible time on pit exit. And that explains why he is out. Not to explain Crystal Salaman here. Here's a replay. He basically went off. Oh, 3 drivers went off. 4. What are we looking at? Let's look at the replays again. What are we looking at? We are looking at a lot of drivers going off at the same time. We look at Dan Evans, Daniel Barger, Ri Liu, also spun out, manages to continue with a spin, and almost collects Adachi, and then we have Mikolev, Goyena, and Salman on a synchronized spin, as well as Aki Tanaka. What are we looking at? Oh my god. And then we also have Ali Fartoyo joining in for quick measure. What are we looking at? Oh my god, that's gotta be one of the craziest and strangest incidents we've seen in the aero up to this point. Just wanted to go a bit of an intermission, just to check on who is also the unfortunate one. And then we also wanted to explain Alderson Tanarao on why he's basically crashed out. So if you want to know why, let's take a look into this incident here. So here is Alderson Tanarao trying to go alongside Cashew, goes off wide at SBN and spins out, tries to catch the car, tries to put his car back under control. Everything gets collected by the driver, but then he realizes there's too much damage. He decided that it's not worth continuing. And that explains Alderson Tanarao. And then the last driver to basically be involved in accidents. Also wanted to take a look here of Fabio Mendes. Take a look at Fabio. Same thing, but this time he also gets collected by Daniel Barger. Alderson Tanarao. That explains why there was damage on that number 5 car. And last but not least, we need to take a look into Aaron Mazzi and Shakir Reza's incidents. There was a beehive of battles here and around the mid stages of this race. The lap counters is the lie, don't believe in that. Here's what happened to Shakir Reza. Again, he tries to hang around the outside. Okay so far, okay so far. Then goes way wide at SB out. Oh, he spins out, and no, it's a heavy collision for Shakir Reza. Well, at least he's okay. And also another driver that we want to take a look into, Dan Evans. Here's what happened to Dan Evans there on why he's crashed. He was battling alongside that Sky, and as you can see here, oh, he just went wide, went onto the grass and lost grip. Oh, it's a pretty hefty hit on the right side. Should be okay there. Dan Evans with a pretty hefty accident. Should be okay here. And also let's take a look back into Aaron Mazzi. Want to explain what happened to Aaron Mazzi? Here's what happened. So Aaron Mazzi was battling against Jeff Rohan, his fellow Gen 4 teammate. Here's what happens. Here's what happened. Oh, just trying to tag. Oh, got hit. Tried to hit the corner too quickly, and that caused a lot of radiator damage to Aaron Mazzi, and I think that's over. That's it for Aaron Mazzi. He was too eager to try to pass Jeff Rohan, and that is basically his race over. And with that out of the way, we can say that it has been a very fun race here in Sportsland SUGO. There has been some dramatic moments, unlucky moments for some drivers, but for Rip Olgor and for all the drivers who finished well, they should be given a pat on the back for their achievements, especially for Rip Olgor, who have had this win coming for so long. And so with that out of the way, let's take a look into the provisional championship standings of the 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Series coming into the second round in Autopolis, which should be in a week's time actually. So with that out of the way, the results have finally been processed, and now let's take a look into the standings here so far. And now let's take a look into how the standing goes. Here we are. Let's take a look into the situation here, and now we can see here Rem Olgor now has the lead in the Hololive GT3 Japan Series standings. Congratulations to Rem Olgor and Olgor for securing their spot on the lead. And then we have Raj Kavinsky, Count Gibbons, Cameron River, and Vlad Damasha. You can see the point tally on your screen here to see how much they have scored so far. So let's take a look here. And then we have Lorenzo Ricci, Johansson, Mohamed Cashew, Sean Pauly, and Ari Nakamura inside the top 10. Tyler Service is lucky to secure his place in 11th with Debutin. I'm sure we can read this later on. And looking into all the other drivers here, Jeff Rohan, Jordan Leo, Jeff Clark, they got to be very lucky that they have managed to get away with a top 20 places. As does Reed Lee too. Adachi Barber, they also got to be very lucky that they managed to get this. So these are your drivers in the top 20. Jeff Rohan is in the borderline on the top of the standings. One position down, and he will be in the Zako. First driver in the Zako will be Tyler Williams, Richard Rod, Hopefully, Ensai, and Danilo Goyega. And then we have Dan Evans, and the 5 drivers that really need a good performance in Autopolis next time by Ataro, Alif Akitanaka, Alif Hartoyo, Crystal Salman, and Maverick Ducia. These drivers need to step up their game if they want to have a good show in the qualified season to make it to the field. So right anyways, without out of the way, that will be it for today. I hope everyone has enjoyed the SUGO 500 race that we have streamed. I'm Mama Reza in the commentary booth. And if you have problems in Twitch, our apologies here. It's our first time trying to simulcast our streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. And as of today, you've been watching the 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Series race round 1, the SUGO 500. We'll see you in Autopolis in a week's time. We'll see you there.